Hey guys, welcome to the first of 4 videos on the Quick Action Planning Form. These videos will last approximately 3 to 5 minutes. They each cover one lesson. First video, which you're watching right now, is why we're doing this. Second video is going to go into inserting shapes into Excel, as well as what type of shapes we're using to make our drawings. The third video deals with formatting, grouping, and layering. And the fourth video deals with implementing what we've learned so far to make our drawings in Excel. So let's start with the basics as to what is a quick action planning form. These forms are basically pre-fire emergency response information sheets. So prior to us going, we make a sheet that has all the emergency information that we might be able to use. It's not directions, it doesn't tell you what to do, it's just information that might be useful to you while you're there. Right now we're focusing on the multiple company response occupancies, or basically our higher hazard areas within our district. And these forms basically contain only pertinent information. They're based off of NFPA 1620 as recommended by 1710. Some quick do's and don'ts. Do keep it simple, include the pertinent information, and make sure it's understandable. Don't add any detail that isn't necessary, and don't make a multiple page form. We realize that there's a lot of occupancies out there that have multiple buildings and get to be kind of complex, but if at all possible, try to keep it on one form. So why we're doing this? Well, it helps us to get a little bit more familiar with our districts. Changes are constant within the community, so being able to get back out there and see what's different is very important. Revisitations to these buildings which have changed in our district might uncover things that could be life-threatening in an emergency, in which case we'd want to note down what kind of problems are out there, or even potentially get in touch with the prevention department to go take care of something. We may need this information when we're on scene to locate where we need to go, such as the electric shutoff, the access for the sprinkler system itself, or basically finding where the annunciator panel or fire alarm panel is in an emergency. Now the goals of this quick action planning form are to identify our target hazards, show where our utility shutoffs are, and note where the fire protection systems are if there are any. It also helps to get the layout of the interior of the building for our firefighters, and the overall property layout, which helps us to set up where we're going to set up our operations. It can also be a source for contact information if there's someone that needs to get in contact with when we're doing operations there. Ideally, the primary goal of this, of course, is to keep it simple and make sure it's understandable in 1 minute. So, we're switching over to drawing in Excel, and the question is, why do that? Why not just draw it with pencil? Well, for reasons that are pretty self-obvious once we think about it. We're doing this for clarity. It's a little easier to read what we've drawn on the computer than it is sometimes to read people's handwriting. So it helps to have it computer-based. It also helps with editing in the road, or down the road actually. So should you turn it in and your commanding officer is not happy with the way you've done the layout, if it's in a computer it's a lot easier to edit than if it's a piece of paper with a bunch of lead pencil marks on it. Also in years in the future when we go back to occupancy, if there have been changes, it's easier to change a computer form than it would be to change one that's papered and photocopied. So the quick action pre-fan breakdown. Show over to this one right here. This is a PGV we went to in Pahoa at Station 10. The front page is going to show on the top 2/3 the breakdown of the floor plan, so the interior layout of the building that we decided to give a breakdown for. And the reason for this one in PGV was this is the building that was the most important. It had the main control room, the halon storage, also the main electrical shutdown. The bottom half gives the information that would be pertinent in terms of contact information, where the electrical and water shutoffs are, and things like that. The second page gives us our plot plan, or where the roads are, where we can find water access, any major hazards that might be apparent at the scene, such as high electricity, electrical lines, electrical shutoffs, storage of chemicals. In this case, PGV, we made note of the pentane tanks, which store 30,000 gallons of pentane, and everything else they have on site. And that pretty much covers everything for this tutorial. Again, my name is Inspector Todd. If you have any questions, my information is on the phone tree for the Hawaii Fire Department, so you guys can get in touch with me. Our next video will be on inserting shapes and text into Excel to make drawings.